Now guys, that isn't a blooper. That is a genuine reality for some of you guys watching this video today. So if you're struggling with your driver, if you're trying to create more rotation and you're hitting the golf ball shorter, topping, double hitting your own driver head, then today's video is going to help you eliminate that, rotate better and hit your tee shots longer. So no doubt you've been told that to gain more distance off the tee shot, we have to create more shoulder turn. Well look, the information isn't wrong. You do want to create additional rotation if you want to hit the golf ball further, but it's how you rotate that is pretty much killing most players' drives. Now I see this far too often on the coaching block. You get to the range, you have all the best intentions, you pull out the driver and you're really working on getting this huge shoulder rotation. But I need you to notice something. As I set up to this golf ball here, imaginary golf ball I should say, I'm going to create this practice rotation that we're talking about. So huge rotation, massive shoulder turn. In fact, I think I did that in that first part of the video. Did I hit the golf ball any good? Well, the answer is no. The reason being is that the area that we're struggling with is that as we rotate, we're creating what I term a horizontal shoulder turn. So I have turned my body, but as I've turned my body, my shoulder angle is now flat. Flat like the horizon. This is a problem. I've lifted myself up and out of posture, and from here, it is going to be particularly difficult to get the club down to the golf ball. Hence why you see me top the golf ball. And even as a professional golfer, when I get myself out of posture, I'm going to hit bad shots. So how do we go about correcting that? Well, let's start off with what is the correct move. And this is a great angle to show this. I'm going to take the driver here, I'm going to place it across my shoulder line, and simply we're going to turn and rotate until the butt of the club feels like it's pointing more down towards the ground. Now, this is where lots of players are training. They're turning, they're getting beautiful rotation, but the butt of the club will be pointing way too far out and away from where the golf ball should be located, which is down here. So we want to see the upper body rotate. We want to feel like the right shoulder is getting behind our body line, but we should still be remaining in a state of tilted turn. From here, we're on what we call a natural path, a natural plane. You think about your iron swing. You wouldn't take your iron swing and try to move this way. You'd struggle to get the club down to the golf ball, but yet we see players with a driver, just because it's teed up, practice swinging, making a bad habit of getting up into this kind of shoulder position. I really need to turn that shoulder. I really need to get that underneath my chin line. Great, super turn. But from here, as you can see, unless you tee the golf ball up about 3.5 to 5 inches off the ground, you're not going to hit the golf ball well. So we really want this left shoulder to feel like it's working down. Great, we understand what we now need to do, but the real thing is, how do we go about doing it? What sort of training should we be doing with our driver in particular to help get this left shoulder feeling like it's going to work down towards the golf ball a little bit more, get ourselves into a tilted motion while still trying to maintain that rotation that we're chasing. Okay, so a really simple drill that you guys can do this at home. You can do it at the driving range. We're not going to be hitting the golf ball, but it is here as a reference. So I've got my setup template on the ground, the golf ball where the ball should be for a driver, and I've placed an alignment stick that's about a golf ball and a half to 2 golf balls back behind the teed up ball. Now this is important, and the reason why it's important is this is going to be our reference point on the ground for where we'd like our left shoulder to be working behind. So we're still trying to build up that rotation whilst also maintaining the appropriate tilt. So we've got our alignment stick on the ground. I'm going to ask you guys, again, take your driver. I want the grip end to be on your lead shoulder here. So whether your left hand, right hand, doesn't matter, your grip end on your lead shoulder. We're going to get ourselves into our setup position here. So this is my appropriate driver setup. I want my left shoulder to go behind the alignment stick, but I want, as you can see here, the butt end of my club to be pointing down to the alignment stick that is positioned back behind the golf ball. So to hopefully give you a little bit of a better viewpoint here, we'll place the club across the chest line, into posture, left shoulder, lead shoulder is going to work behind the alignment stick, but the butt of the club at this point is now working and pushing, or pointing I should say, down towards the golf ball. From here, I'm into a great position. I've created extra and appropriate rotation. That's the most important part. We've created the appropriate rotation to get behind the golf ball, to be able to generate that power that we're chasing to hit the golf ball further. Now, if you're looking to hit golf balls and work on this, that's absolutely fine. What we're going to do though, we're going to take the alignment stick, we're going to pull it back so that it's away from where the golf ball is. So we can see that we've got that teed up here. Might just move that forward, just inside the space here with what's around me. Keeping the alignment stick positioned, a golf ball and a half to 2 golf balls behind. We're going to get ourselves into setup position here. We'll do one of these before we hit the golf ball. I want to create that feed. I want the butt of the club pointing down towards where that alignment stick is, getting used to that left shoulder working down, and get into our setup position, and that's our feeling. We want to feel like the left shoulder is working in a slightly more downward motion, whilst also using the alignment stick as a reference point for turn. Guys, if you're struggling with your driver, give that training drill a try. Super easy, super simple, can be done at home, can be done at driving range, and I guarantee you're going to see 1, that your rotation improves, 2, your ball striking improves, and 3, you're going to hit the golf ball further. So stop rotating pointlessly and start putting a little bit of focus into what you do, rotate the correct way, and get the most out of the work you're putting in. Until next time, guys, happy golfing.